The night 9 hikers faced something in the dark. February 1959. Deep inside the frozen Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union, 9 experienced hikers began a journey that should have ended in success. They were young, strong, and trained to survive some of the harshest conditions on Earth. But within weeks, every single one of them would be dead. Their tent would be found cut open from the inside. Footprints would lead into the darkness. Some bodies would be discovered barefoot in the snow. Others would be found with horrifying injuries. No killer. No witnesses. No clear explanation. More than 60 years later, the mystery remains unsolved. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of the most chilling mysteries in human history. The expedition was led by a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov. He was respected for his leadership and experience. The group consisted of 10 hikers. Most were students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute. These were not beginners. Each member had experience surviving extreme winter conditions. Their goal was ambitious: to complete a difficult skiing expedition through the northern Ural Mountains and earn the highest hiking certification in the Soviet Union. On January 23, 1959, they began their journey. The atmosphere was positive. Photographs from the expedition show smiling faces. Friends joking together. Nobody knew they were creating the last photographs of their lives. A few days later, one member, Yuri Yudin, became ill. Unable to continue, he returned home. He would become the only survivor. The remaining 9 hikers continued into the wilderness, never knowing they would never come back. As the group traveled north, weather conditions became increasingly dangerous. Heavy snow covered the landscape. Powerful winds swept across the mountains. Temperatures dropped far below freezing. Still, the hikers pushed forward. Their diaries showed confidence. Their photographs showed determination. Everything appeared normal. Until February 1st. That day, poor visibility caused the group to lose their planned route. Instead of reaching a protected forest area, they found themselves on the slope of a mountain called Kholat Syakhl. According to the local Mansi people, the name meant the mountain of the dead. Night was approaching. Rather than moving back into the forest, the hikers decided to set up camp on the exposed mountainside. The decision would change everything. As darkness covered the mountain, the 9 hikers settled into their tent. Outside, freezing winds howled through the snow. Inside, the group prepared for another difficult night. Then something happened. Something that investigators still cannot fully explain. At some point during the night, the hikers suddenly abandoned their tent. Evidence showed they cut their way out from the inside. Not through the entrance, but through the fabric itself. The panic must have been extreme. Many left without boots, without jackets, without essential survival equipment. Experienced hikers do not behave this way without a serious reason. Whatever happened, it terrified them enough to run into the freezing darkness. Days passed. The hikers never returned. Families became concerned. Search teams were organized. When rescuers finally reached the campsite, they found something disturbing. The tent stood partially collapsed beneath the snow. Inside were boots, clothes, food, personal belongings. Everything the hikers would normally need to survive. Investigators followed footprints leading away from the tent. The tracks moved downhill toward a nearby forest. The mystery had begun. Near a large cedar tree, rescuers discovered the first 2 bodies. They belonged to Yuri Doroshenko and Yuri Krivonischenko. The men wore very little clothing. Nearby were the remains of a small fire. It appeared they had desperately tried to survive the freezing temperatures. Further searches revealed 3 more bodies between the cedar tree and the tent. Among them was expedition leader Igor Dyatlov. The position suggested they had attempted to return to camp. But they never made it. The mountain had claimed them. Or perhaps something else had. Months later, after snow began to melt, search teams found the remaining 4 hikers. Their condition shocked investigators. Several suffered severe internal injuries. Broken ribs. Crushed chests. Massive skull fractures. Yet strangely, many external wounds were missing. One victim, Ludmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue. Some victims were missing eyes. The injuries seemed impossible to explain. There was no evidence of a struggle. No signs of another person. Only questions. And no answers. For decades, investigators and researchers searched for explanations. One theory suggested an avalanche forced the hikers to flee. Another claimed secret military testing occurred nearby. Some witnesses reported strange lights in the sky. This led to UFO theories. Others believed powerful winds created unusual sound frequencies capable of causing panic. Every theory explained some evidence. But none explained everything. The mystery remained alive. More than 60 years have passed. The Soviet Union is gone. The investigation is closed. Most witnesses are gone. But the mystery remains. On a freezing mountain called Kolat-Syakhl, 9 experienced hikers entered a tent. By morning, their fate was sealed. Was it an avalanche? A military secret? A natural phenomenon? Or something humanity still does not understand? Perhaps the answer remains buried beneath the snow. Forever. The Dyatlov Pass incident continues to be one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in history.